Hello guys, Reynor here, StarCraft 2 World Champ. I play for BASILISK, we're a science team, and today I'll be analyzing Serral her0 in somewhat great detail. Make sure to enjoy.
Alright, so this is Serral her0, Maestros of the game. It's the French tournament that we played less than a week ago. This is game 1, Maganatha. Maganatha is one of the better toss maps. I would imagine her0 picked this map, and because it's very long and Protoss players prefer long maps. It's quite easy to defend as well. You can just wall off here and then you have a good space to defend. It's just good in general, you know. It's a pretty solid map. Late game has been favored for toss for a while, so they do want those longer maps. So Maganatha definitely one of the favored. So already from the get-go we're seeing something different here. Usually when you play PvZ you always want to put the pylon downstairs, and her0 went for a pylon upstairs. With pylon scout, most of the time this means cannon rush. Now I do not remember the games, I'll be completely honest. If I did I would tell you guys. But there it is, cannon rush. Otherwise the other option why you would want to put the pylon upstairs is simply because you can be a little bit more greedy. Like, let's say you can skip scouting because you have a upstairs wall, like a up the ramp wall, and then you can defend 12 pool and stuff like that. So it's not really common nowadays. People used to do it back in the day. I remember Naniwa did it every game. He would pretty much go high ground wall and then not scout every game, if I remember correctly, because he was kind of safe against 12 pool. The downside is obviously having the wall here is kind of broken, because it's very good against any sort of link flood, and it's the stock standard nowadays. It's been for so many years, I don't even know how many. It's kind of interesting to see, because the last time I saw cannon rush in this matchup was actually when I played against Zaun at EWC, and he tried to cannon rush me. And before that, he was Serral against Classic on this map, and I think that was... Was it Dallas? I think that was Dallas, where Classic tried to 3 pylon block here, and didn't realize creep would go all the way. So he couldn't pylon block, and then he was just super far behind, and the game was kind of cooked. But let's see how her0 executes it. Now, pylon here usually means that you want to put gateways here at the front as well, because usually gates... What are pylons? Pylons are these ones. They're the core building for Protoss players. Basically, they give you supply. Supply is, if you don't know, it's how do I explain this? It's like space to make units. You know, you can see you have 18 out of 23 here at the top. Pylon adds a counter to 23. And it goes up to 200. 200 is the maximum you can have. So 200 supply is the maximum every race can reach. There's no limit. Like, there's Zergs can kind of trick it by making units and then cancelling it, but it's not very common. And each unit costs different supply. Like probes, the workers, they cost 1 supply, and then the zealots 2, and so on. So pylon is the main core building for Protoss players, and you also need it to make structures. Like Protoss players, they cannot make a gateway in the middle of nowhere. They need pylon to give the area empowerment, I guess it's how it's called. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works. As I said, pylon in the front usually means they want to put gateways down here. This is a very defensive cannon rush. He's not aiming to kill the hatch with the cannons, but yeah, as you see here, gateway, cannon. He's probably gonna do some 2-gate. Usually you also used to do this with Stargate, but batteries has been nerfed, Void Ray has been nerfed, so you don't really go Stargate anymore. You just kind of go 2-gate and take it from there. Now, from the Zerg side, there's many responses you can do to this. You can pull the boys instant, which is something I like to do. her0 even goes for the cancel here, pretty greedy. I guess he knows he doesn't need it. Me personally, the moment I see this cancel, I'm pulling all the boys, I'm killing this cannons, and I think the game is over. But you have to be really fast, because this cannon is about to finish. But yeah, that was kind of greedy from her0. Now Serral is sending another worker on the other side. Maybe he wants to proxy hatch, maybe he just wants to see what's up. Just having one worker across the map is good, because these two cannons are always going to deny anything going past them. So if you can get it out, it's pretty decent. Now I believe this is a mistake sending it back. It's gonna die. It did die. Don't get gaslighted into explaining supply. Well, I know who Ken is. He's a friend of mine. We play League together. So I know he doesn't know much about StarCraft. So I'm very happy to explain. Because he explains League all the time to me. And it's my time to explain something to him for once. But yeah, this is another stock standard response you can do, which is just give up the second base and just go for roaches. You do need roaches. You need roaches and ravagers mostly just to kill the cannons. Because these two cannons and the zealot, they're gonna be super insanely cost efficient against lings, that you need to make like 30 lings to break this. Again, ironically, 30 lings or so is what you need. So that's just too much investment from the Zerg side. Now, Serral's game plan is gonna be quite simple, I think, here. He's gonna wanna break these cannons and expand and take it from there. But honestly, I really like Hero's position. Like the Stargate being so fast, and his Nexus coming up before the Zerg's Nexus, I think Serral is cooked personally. Like I would really hate to be in this situation. Yeah, we can go forward here a little bit. As I said, like he's just gonna want to buy this and then take a base. Nothing too insane. I really like seeing this port here, because I don't know if he scouted the... Okay, he did scout the Stargate. Me personally, I would not know the Stargate timing behind a cannon rush, so I think my spore would either be too insanely early or too insanely late. This spore is kind of perfectly timed for Oracle first, so would have been really impressive if he didn't scout it. He did scout it. Still good, you know. But as I said, I think this is a good position for Hero. He's got the warp gate almost done. He's gonna have the warp gate finished before the first gate is even up again. But I really like this position for Hero. Serral is kind of cooked. Like he has to stay back. He has to make workers. He cannot move out with these Ravagers because of obviously of the Stargate units. They're just gonna die. And he has no info whatsoever in the map. He cannot be aggressive at all. Like I would have loved for Hero to just make another Nexus here as well, because he knows, he should know he can get away with it. Now, when you're a pro player, when you prepare for this kind of tournament, you're gonna have one or two builds prepared, like special builds. Like for example, this cannon rush that Hero might have practiced. The issue is with this kind of build is that you don't get to play the same build like 20 times, so you don't get to play all the scenarios over and over again, unless you ask specifically for someone to just sit there and get cannon rushed the whole day, which does happen, by the way, for the bigger tournaments. But maybe Hero hasn't played against this response, or maybe Hero is not so confident in what the follow-up could be. Maybe he played in practice and someone nidused him, you know? Like, there's so many variables in this kind of game that it's a bit confusing for both. I have to say, in my opinion, this kind of game is much easier to play for the pros player, because they have oracles, they have air control, and the Zerg just kind of sitting there. Like, you can see that Serral is so desperate for scouting that he's sending one roach. Like, you never see this, right? Like, no one ever sends one roach to scout, but Serral really wants to know what's up, so he's just sending whatever he can. Overlords cannot be out in the map, because Void Rays just kill it. The Void Ray already killed 2, which is really, really bad for the Zerg in a low eco game like this. So he's just sending one unit at a time to see if he can gather any information possible. And now Serral being Serral, he always tries to get whatever he can. He's very big into the small details, so he's just focusing down the probes. You know, he's even trying to be annoying. I think that was a mistake personally, but I understand. And he's cooked, guys. He's actually cooked. This is unplayable. He's going for Nidus. I respect it. Like, you don't want to just sit there and be able to do nothing the whole game. I don't think the Nidus will work personally, but maybe if Hero doesn't see it. He did see it already. Yeah, he did see it already. Okay, this game is cooked. Should I do this or should I maneuver it myself? What do you guys think? Okay, the zooming is too much. Alright, there it is. The saddest Nidus of all time. 5 Rogers and 1 Queen. This is never gonna work. We can go a bit faster here. Oracles against Queens of Creep. Oracles are very, very good. Just batteries and stalkers completely destroy this. It should not even be close, honestly. Let's see how a hero micros it. Whenever you're a Protoss player and you have to play against this kind of push, this is small stuff, but it matters a lot. Just try to make sure you spread your batteries across. Like, you don't want to have batteries close to each other, because the biles just kill them both otherwise. So just try to get like one here, one here, one here, you know. Try to spread them as much as you can. They're easy target, and they're a very valuable target for Zerg, because batteries are so insanely efficient in this kind of fight. But yeah, so basically what Serral has to do now is just take it slow and try to chip away at the Protoss player, because he can't rush in here, so he has to play off of biles. The problem about that is that his eco is just so insanely low. As you can see here, he's not able to get anything done pretty much. He's gonna snipe the batteries, but they were out of energy already. Hero has one more on the way. It's just insanely awkward to play for the Zerg. And... what's your language? What did I say? And yeah, this game is done and dusted, guys. Honestly, pretty cool build by Hero. I'm actually curious what the best way to deal with this is, but my idea is, I will show you guys once the game ends. We can go faster. This game is completely over. There's nothing Serral can do here. He's just gonna micro the stalker. He even has blink now. He's just cooked 100%. There it is, GG. So my idea, now I don't know if this is correct or not, but I think what he should have done is when he sent the worker, this worker, I think you go here and you put a hatch here. You put a hatch here, for sure, I think. The reason why you put a hatch there is because the Protoss player has no gate at home. So you either make zealots from here and then send them all the way across back home to deal with the hatch, or you just wait for the Stargate unit, which takes a lot of time. So you don't want that either. And as a Zerg player against this kind of rush, you don't really need minerals, you just need gas for Ravagers mostly. So I think that's the play. As I said in the beginning, I think sending the drone across, very good. Sending it back just to die, very, very bad. Game losing, perhaps. Like, legit, all it took is to lose this one drone. I don't understand. Like, you see how... I will show you guys. He has a lot of minerals. This queen, completely useless. Just cancel it. Get one queen. Cancel this. Roach Warren. Hatch. GG, I think. Like, imagine you have a hatch halfway done, not halfway, but let's say a quarter done. This zealot has to go back, has to chip at the hatch. It's gonna take forever. Meanwhile, Hero gets to just expand for free now. The natural base is fine to go up, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's the play, personally. I would have to try it out and let you guys know, but that's what I would do. Now I gave away my secret. But even if he builds, if he has to do anything about the proxy hatch, I think that's already good for you. Cause he's gonna wanna expand as fast as possible, and that's the whole thing about the build, right? Alright, Incorporeal. This is a Zerg map in my opinion. Like a lot of Zergs just first pick it, and as you can see, Maganatha, Toss map, Hero picked it, Incorporeal, Zerg map, Serral picked it. It's one of the better Zerg maps. Just stock standard. It's not too large. It's not too large of a map. You have good concave potential on the fourth base, especially like this area here is very common to Hydra Link Bane on. You can just attack from there, get a lot of damage done, dodge the storms, stuff like that. This base very good for Zerg as well. Quite easy to defend this area. Very nasty for Zerg. You can just get surrounds on surrounds on surrounds, and no, just a very good map. Very Serral-esque map. Standard, slightly good for Zerg. You know, like that's how he likes it. You know, nothing too crazy. Not like Equilibrium, which was insane for Zerg, but pretty weird, I would say. This is pretty stock standard Serral map. This is the kind of map he picks in ZVZ as well. So I'm not surprised to see he picked it now. Now here is just going more standard now, as you guys can see. Pylon on the low ground, Gate Scout. All pretty standard here. We can skip a little bit. There's not much to say about the early game, just the harass, the usual. Now, when you play ZVP, the first thing you notice, the bigger, the most difference is in the early game, right? How they go with the warp gate and the chrono on the gates, if they chrono or if they don't chrono. So there's a couple of things you have to look out as Zerg with the first Overlord. First thing first is the warp gate. You have to check if they start the warp gate instantly or not. Most of the time when they start the warp gate instantly, it's not Stargate. Now obviously there can be mind games, they can start the warp gate instantly and then it is Stargate. Just cause as you can see here, if you start the warp gate instantly, you don't have 150. Like, look at this. He has perfect gas count for the guy missed a pylon. He forgot his second pylon. There's no way he forgot his second pylon. What? No wonder his stalker wasn't starting. Oh my god, man. Hero! What? No shot he forgot his pylon. I don't see it. No way, bro. What? Anyways, this is like, pro gamers do not make this mistake. You're not supposed to make a mistake like this. This is so insanely bad for you. You should get cooked just by this. You know, like, game should be lost. Game should be lost. Like, you cannot make a mistake like this. The Nexus is gonna finish in almost 30 seconds. That means this Stalker will not start for the next almost 30 seconds. Probe, same thing. Like, what? This is terrible. Anyways, let's pretend Hero did the correct thing and had a pylon here. The first thing you guys want to look out for is warp gate or no warp gate. As I said, instant warp gate most of the time is Twilight Council and not Stargate. Obviously people are gonna mind game, there's preferences, blah blah blah, but that's the first minor tell. The second thing you have to look out for is if they chrono or they don't chrono. And if they use one chrono or if they use two chronos. Whenever they chrono, the first adept, stock standard response is getting 4 links. And now you have to check, do they chrono the second adept? If yes, most of the time it's gonna be 8 links. If no, some people like to stay on 4 links, some people like to get 6 links. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone. So a lot of people will stay on 6 links if it's only one chrono, like 4 links initially and then add 2 more. If it's 2 chronos, most people will go to 8 or 10 depending on who you're playing against or how you're feeling. Hero is getting his pylon now, so scratch all of that. This means absolutely nothing. My boy is gonna be supply blocked. He's chronoing. What are you chronoing for? There's nothing coming out. What? You're chronoing. There's nothing. Nothing is gonna come out of this Nexus. Not only did he get supply blocked, but he also wasted a full chrono. Like you can see, this chrono is not gonna do anything. My god. Anyways, hero's cool, so we'll let it slide. Actually, I'm gonna send him a screenshot. One sec. I need to send it to this. It's okay, he's gonna laugh. Anyways, everything is mega delayed for Hero now. This target is mega delayed, everything is super delayed. He went to Forge just cause he was confused, I think, on what to do after the delay. I guess it makes somewhat sense. Serral always scouting. He must have been really confused. Like, if you're Serral and you see this, like, what even is happening here, you know? Like, I know Yona was tripping here. Like, this guy, he always wants to know everything. He just has to know about everything that's going on in the game, and this must have confused the hell out of him. First unit is out at 3 minutes. Okay, classic. Hero going Forge, Stargate, into gate. Serral scouts it instant. This is nightmare game for Hero. Okay, I remember this one game. I remember what happened afterwards. This was a nightmare game. Everything is just so insanely delayed. Now, I don't even know what to analyze here, because I think Hero is pretty much cooked already. Like, usually Protoss players want to have their 4th base up around... They will place it down around 330, 340. It's 4 minutes into the game. Hero has a Robo... No, he has a Stargate, 3 gates, and a Forge. This is terrible. He's pretty much cooked already. He's faking a Prism. Don't think Serral is gonna fall for it, because he scouted everything in the main. Serral being Serral, he still makes safety roaches, because that's what Serral does. I think he fell for it. I think Hero actually trolled him here with the fake War Prism. So, looking at this scenario here, if we were to go into a macro game, this is actually not bad for Hero, because he's making oracles, he's ahead in probes, 3rd base is coming up, so he kind of tricked Serral into making units. The problem is, what are we gonna do to defend, you know? Because Serral is not stopping anytime soon on making units. He's just still going. He didn't add any workers. Now this is really smart. Just going from the left side. You don't want to be lazy with this kind of stuff. If he were to go through the middle, Hero could easily put down batteries here, and make oracles, and maybe defend. If it's going through here, out of vision, completely out of vision, there's no way Hero sees it unless he gets really lucky with some units. There's no shot he defends this. There's just too many units not being spotted. Hero's even making a safety cannon. Like, this game is so weird, bro. Like, his first oracles are showing up at 6 minutes and there's roaches on his side of the map. I got nothing to say for that. I think we can move on to the next game. I think this is what's so-called nightmare game for a pro gamer. You have one of these games every once in a while where everything goes wrong. You don't want to play this game anymore. You get out. It's whatever. Reset mentally. Go next. Like, my boy Hero lost 4 oracles to the Biles. It's a cooked game. We can go next. Obviously Serral wins this. He takes the 1-1. We can move on. there's not much to say about this one. Just nightmare game for getting the pylon, losing all those oracles. It's really bad. Alright, third game is Persephone. Someone gave me feedback, I remember. Let me check what you said. You're right, I will try to be a bit more precise when I explain the map. Persephone, some Zergs like it, some Zergs don't. I personally like it. The thing about this map, it's very defensive. Like, it's very hard to attack into, which is theoretically not that great for Zerg into toss. Wait, it's not even showing, so what the fuck am I explaining here? How do I decide army composition against Protoss? Well, it depends on the map a lot, mostly the map, and what they open with. Let's say they make a lot of Stalkers, in that case, Lurkers are good. Let's say if they make very few Stalkers, then you kind of want to go Hydra Bane, but it depends on the map. It's very map specific mostly, I would say. Alright, now you can see the map. Persephone, very hard to attack into. There is very narrow positions here. Like, how do I zoom out? I don't know. You guys can see this. Very narrow. You can't really go through well. Most Protoss players, they will put gateways around this area, so it's even more of a choke point. It's very awkward to fight over here. This is also really awkward, because even if you do get to kill the rocks, it's nice, thank you. It's really hard to go through here, because there's the minerals blocking it. It's just an awkward map to attack into. Like, when you look at maps in ZVP, you want to mainly look at the 4 bases, because if you do go for a timing, if you do go for something aggressive, that's usually within the 4 bases minutes, you know, like it's like around 10 minutes max usually is when you want to be aggressive, and that's when the Protoss player will be on 4 bases. So yeah, Persephone is just really hard map to attack into, but pretty stock standard in my opinion. Like, even though it's hard to attack into this map, I feel like it has more potential than Magnata, and that's why Hero picked it second rather than first in my opinion, because he also knows, yes, it's not the greatest map for Zerg, but it's not as bad as Magnata. And I don't know, you also have the cold base, which the Zerg can take pretty early on. It can get kinda annoying for the toss to deal with, and you can drop in the main. I don't know, there's more stuff you can do on Persephone. It's also easier to play late game on than on Maganatha. The middle base in Maganatha is very hard to take. Here on Persephone you should be allowed to take most bases without any issues at all. So there it is. That's the explanation for the map. Hope you understood. Now we're already seeing a little bit of change. Hero's going for the block. First game he did Cannon Rush, so he obviously didn't block. Second game he went for the Gateway Scout. And now this game is looking to block Serral's base, which can be really annoying for the Zerg players. Depends, some people like to get blocked, some people don't. Just preference, and it also depends a lot on the map. But Serral is just doing the normal thing, going 17 hatch at the third base. That's what you guys want to do when you do get blocked. Just go 17 hatch at the third base, it's no big deal. Pretty standard here, we can go forward a little bit. Okay, so first things first, as I said, if you guys remember from the previous game, I told you about the Chrono and the Warp Gate. You see, Serral knows, in this case, 99% of the cases is gonna be Stargate. No Warp Gate on the Cyber Core. The Cyber is not spinning, you can see from the animation. Chrono on the first Adept, let's see. 4 links, classic. He's gonna add probably 2 more somewhat soon, and then he's gonna add another pair in my opinion. It depends if they chrono this or not. Serral likes to play it safe. What Serral advised me to do when I was talking to him, this is before EWC, we were talking together a little bit. I told him I'm struggling against 2 Adept when I get blocked. So what Protoss players will do is they will chrono 2 Adepts, send them here in the middle, and then they either go here or shade into the main. And it can get really awkward for Zerg to defend this. And he told me, he said something really wise that I wasn't really doing, which is usually you want to have like let's say 2 links here, 2 links here. But what he said is just split them in a pair of 3. So you want to have 3 here for the first adept and 3 here, and then you got 2 more. So you have 5 here and 5 here, which is much better in my opinion, rather than having 6 and 4. Because then they pick the side with less links and you can get damage, you know, it can be annoying. If you have 5 and 5, it's much easier to defend. So that's something that helped me a lot in the early game against Toss, and I imagine he's gonna do it this game as well. Now here is not chronoing the second adept, so there's no need to get 10 links. I think even 6 probably cuts it. Like I'm sure he's gonna add another pair here of links. I don't think he's gonna stay with 1. There it is. That's the other pair of links. And in early game against Toss, it's very important. It's very important you get the sport timing right for the adept. Now on every map it's different. On a map like Persephone, where base to base it's really short, you have to be really careful to not get caught off guard. Myself, I still make the mistake that on maps like Persephone, my spore timing is a bit too late, and the Oracle comes in, kills 3-4 workers, and the game is just insanely hard. So I kind of want to see what time Serral will get the spore timing. I usually like to do, on most maps you can get away with 330. 330 is already a bit pushing it. This guy went for a 319 spore in the main. That's crazy. I usually go for 326 on this map. I think that's also fine. Serral being Serral, he goes for 319. Excuse me. That's really, really fast. Sorry guys, I'm still a bit sick. Third base coming down at a reasonable time for her0 now. Not like 4 minutes like the last game. No spore in the third base. That means Oracle can always get 2 drones if there's no spore. They just fly in, get 2 drones and get out. That's what most Protoss players have been doing for the past year, year and a half, I would say. Now, the other important thing in this matchup is to get the Roach Warren timing down perfectly. Usually you want it to go down around 430. That's the stock standard, and that's probably what Serral will do. That just makes life easier for the Zerg. Especially if you're playing as Glaives, that's perfect timing to defend anything Glaive related after Stargate. That's just really good against Charge a lot. It's a safe option and what most Zergs have been doing for a very, very long time now. 430, pretty much always correct. I would be surprised if Serral goes for anything later than 440, honestly. Like sometimes Zergs, what they will do is they will also skip it a little bit, just to get an edge. But as you can see, Serral being Serral, he does get the Roach Warren 440. That's pretty good, honestly. Just good timing. I need some water, but I don't have water. GG. No water, that's fine. Ladder Roach Warren, no Evo. No Evo is something that Serral really likes to do. I've been trying it myself a little bit. I do prefer to always get the Evo to either go for +1 range or melee. It's just preference, honestly. He likes to delay it a lot. As you can see here, the Evo just goes down 530. I usually get it almost together with my Roach Warren, just so you can get a good timing on the upgrades. But it's preference. I mean, if Serral does it, there's probably a reason. Now, Serral is doing something that I don't really recommend, and that is making roaches against stalker pressure. Now, this is really hard to control. You have to be really good at knowing where to stop workers and how many units to make and not to overmake units. I think just links is usually better. It's honestly easier to control, and I prefer it myself than making roaches against this. But Serral, we know our boy likes to play it safe. He also is a big fan of roaches. He thinks roach is king in ZVP. I personally don't think roach is king in ZVP. It's just difference in play. Let's see how he handles it. Hero goes in the main. Pretty annoying, as you can see here. The roaches are not really adding too much value. Hero is just gonna kite him forever. The roaches are just dying. Good shade by Hero. Honestly, this is not looking good for Serral. Like, if I was Serral, I would not like to be in this situation. Like, you're down in workers, you're down in tech, because Hero is already getting his fleet beacon and storm. Meanwhile, Serral is getting the infestation pit just now. Honestly, I should take out the time tab. Good surround here. Gets a few stalkers, forces a recall. Good stuff. Now he's just trying to be annoying to see if he can cancel the 4th base. Honestly, if he can, that's already a big deal. Like, at this point in the game, with how many units he has, he should not be allowed to cancel the 4th base. He does get into the main, gets a bit of damage done, and does cancel the 4th. That's pretty good, honestly. I think he's back in a leading position, because at the same time while he was doing this, he got to drone the 4th. He's already adding in infestors, which is really weird. I'm not used to seeing this. I think a couple of infestors maybe for zealots. Like, most Zerg players, they will want to make lurkers and just move out, because there's very few Zerg players that like to play late game in this day and age against us. Obviously, Serral is one of the Zerg players that does play late game against us. He doesn't mind it that much. Now, Hero does something that's really classic on Persephone. Serral knows it as well. As you can see, he's putting down the spores, like this is a possibility. Just recalling everything into the main. It's a really powerful strategy. So easy to lose against it. Like you can see, Serral has spores in position and he insta reacted to it. It's still gonna be hard to hold this and not take any damage. Yeah, as you can see, walking into this many storms is always like very awkward. Like, Hero's army is so bad. It's 8 stalkers, 2 archons, and just high templars, you know? Like, his army is trash. And it's still so hard for Serral to get a cleanup on this. Serral does eventually get the cleanup, but if I'm Serral, I'm hating my position. Hating it. With my full heart. I cannot. I would not be able to play this position out. I'm gonna be honest. I would lose, like, really fast after this. The reason why I'm saying that is because when you play late game as Zerg against us, you want to have your tech somewhat even with the toss player. Like, you don't want to be stuck on lurkers for too long, and especially on your side of the map too long when they have Tempest and Mothership out. When they have that composition, you kind of want to have Broodlord Infestor already. Like, the sooner you get it, the sooner it is, the easier it is to take fights. But if you're stuck on Lurker, Corruptor, that kind of army, it's really hard to take fights against the Toss army. So, especially Serral, he likes to get these Broodlords really fast. We've talked about this a lot. We think getting Festers and Broodlords make it really really easy to fight compared to the other kind of army. And now his tech basically has been reset. He lost so many workers, he lost the 5th base, he lost all of his queens, which is a massive deal. He has no injects anymore. Legit, no more queens on the map. So he has to remake all of them. And I don't think he has a Spire. Yeah, he does not have a Spire. So like, I think this game is doomed. If I'm the Zerg player here, I think my game is doomed. Now the only saving grace is that there's 40 Zealots on my screen. 40 Zealots, not the most cost efficient units, especially if I have lurkers out in the map, so I guess that's somewhat the only saving grace, but as you can see, hero is on 4 bases. Now this guy is obsessed with Zealots. He has 21 out in the map and making 5 more, which is, in my opinion, a mistake. I do not think making 25 Zealots is ever good in this matchup. But hero is hero and he does hero things, so maybe he likes it. But yeah, so if you're playing from the Zerg position here, what you want to do is try to get your army up and going again, and then try to get some Niduses out in the map. Try to take the Protoss player apart a little bit if you can, and try to keep them on their side of the map. Like that's it. It's really important you try to keep them on their side of the map, because the moment they come with their army in front of your bases, there's nothing you can do. Because the Tempest will always chip away at your units, because they outrange everything. Storm outranges everything, and Feedback also outranges your Vipers. Good Fangol here from Serral, getting some of the Zealots from Hero. Now this is bad, losing all of these units here, really big mistake. He's not gonna get basically anything here, because he has no detection for the Mothership either. But as you can see, Serral is trying his best to what I told you guys. Like, even though his army is kinda bad, he's trying to keep Hero on his side of the map. Like, he's not camping there. He's not sitting there for Hero to attack and to get us around or whatever you might think. No, you have to keep the Protoss player. Stream died? What? They got baited? Alright. I got baited. Apologies. But yeah, you want to keep the Protoss players on their side of the map. Like, there's no surround. There's nothing. You know, you have to split their army and hope they're weaker on one side, and then you can pounce on it. That's pretty much it. If you do try to go for a surround, what will happen is, trust me, I have a lot of experience on this, you will get time warped and you will get stormed to death. Big expert on this, by the way. This is my first time streaming? No, it's not my first time streaming. Am I getting rage baited today? What is happening? But yeah, I don't like this position from Serral. He knows the Mothership is an option again, so he just leaves a bunch of Hydras in the main. But yeah, so this is exactly what's gonna happen the moment Toss gets in front of your base. Like, if you look at this, Hero's army is terrible. But what are you gonna do about it? Okay, Serral is gonna try to feedback to abduct. Viper is gonna get feedbacked. Serral is gonna try to go for an engage. There's 15 storms. Like, this is not playable unless you have Brutal Infestor. That's the only way you can fight this army. Brutal Infestor, Corrupt, or Viper. That's how you win a fight straight up. You get a good Fangol, you get para bombs, and then you can win in some cases. Yeah, Viper feedback. Serral tries to go forward. He's just eating storms for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And this is Hero's army not being good, you know, like. Most of the time Protoss players will have Immortals with this, they will have Archons, like, Heroes full on Zealots. Like, this guy is a madman, you know. He just likes Zealots. He loves them. And now Serral is trying his best to do something to make Hero go back. But it's not really working. He put the Nidus in range of the cannons, so he got shut down. All you need as a Protoss player is one cannon attacking the Nidus and it will die. Now, if I'm Serral, I'm sending everything like this counter attack. I'm sending it like here or here to one of those places, because you cannot be going on with this for much longer, because you're just gonna bleed out. It's not even slowly, you're just gonna bleed out, man. Tempest, High Templars are really, really good at this. Just kiting and being super annoying. Now, Hero left his Tempest by themselves. Pretty based, if you ask me. No Process player ever does this. For a good reason. But Hero's just the goat, what can I say? He just left his Tempest by themselves. He lost every Tempest. So that was really good from Serral to recognize that the Tempests were by themselves. And he just jumped on the occasion. He just jumped on the opportunity. He saw the angle and he went for it. Still, I think this position is still good for Hero. Even though he lost every Tempest, even though his army reset a little bit, like he's making better units now, because he finally got rid of the 40 Zealots. He's making some Immortals, he's making some Archons, some High Templars. That's really what you want to have as a Protoss player. Like Immortal, Archon, High Templar, Mothership, Tempest will counter anything that Zerg has, as long as you control it properly. And that's what you're aiming for. Having 30 Zealots in your army is completely useless. And Rambais, yeah, Rambais are good, but at this stage of the game, usually they're not. This game they might be, just because it was a really messy game. There's a lot of openings everywhere. You see, like, Serral has nothing to defend, so Rambais can be really good. He's trying to bring everything on the offense, because he knows the moment that Hero walks on his side of the map again, he's just cooked. There's nothing he can do, you know? Serral just goes back. He has two armies, you know. Hero knows though. Like, both Hero and Serral have played this scenario so many times that the moment Hero sees this, we can check from his point of view. Okay, the moment Hero sees this, kills the Nidus, sees the army retreat. Look at this. Look at his clicks. He's already clicking on the left side. He knows. Okay, this army is leaving. That means another army is coming here. Like, he already knows. He's clicking here without having any vision. You see, he doesn't know there's an army here that's coming. But he knows his win condition is just to not get pulled apart. And he's trying to avoid that. He also has good probe count where the army is big enough. And the economy is also like pretty decent. You know, 75 is a good number. There it is, just snipes this army, keeps the other army on the right side, just because he knows the army that he previously made go away is coming back. So just this is pretty much what you want to do as a Protoss player. Now, if this was a straight up game, if Serral didn't lose all of those workers, if Serral didn't lose all of those queens, this is not bad for Serral. Like, he's getting, let's say theoretically, he gets to tech up, he gets to get his upgrades, he gets to drone up, you know, like get all of his things going without the Protoss players constantly harassing him. So he's just keeping him at base. But since Serral is so far behind, there's no shot in the world that is getting Broodlords or Infestors anytime soon. So Serral is more all-in-y than in the mindset of keeping him behind, you know, like keeping him stuck there. He's like, okay, I have to find an angle where he's gonna bleed and I can take it from there.
This is so cool to watch. Thank you for doing this analysis, Reynor.
Thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, Serral is more in the all-in mindset rather than just keeping him there, because he knows he's cooked, man. Like, he knows I'm cooked. I have to, you know, like maybe I kill these two High Templars and these Tempests are by themselves, so I can just use the lunge on top of the Tempest. You know, I can do something. I have to find damage. Like, that's his mindset. I have to find damage. I have to find damage. But usually, this is fine for Serral. There's so many ZVPs where he's just doing this, keeps the Protoss player in base, gets his Broodlords, his Infestors, and then he gets the ultimate army. He's really happy. Serral shakes in his boots every time he gets to play Broodlords. You know, like, he's really, really happy. But yeah, not the case this game because of the mothership play from Hero, which was very cool. Has to go back. Kills this. And now Hero, well, let's see what he does. He's clicking back with some stuff, clicking to the left side. Once again, he knows double army, Serral will not just sit there. Run by very good, as we said. Small Zealot run bys in messy games can win you the game by themselves, by the way. If you're a Protoss player, you're playing a messy game, let's say you're defending an all-in or something, sending 2-3 Zealots across the map, just shift clicking it in your line can literally win you a game. Very important you do that. So if I'm Hero, I'm shutting this one Nidus down. I'm checking for more Niduses, like he sees this Nidus one, this Nidus here. He shuts that down and then he moves across the map. That's what I would do if I was Hero. Now let's see what Hero does though. There it is. He shuts this Nidus down, gets everything, F2s, literally F2s. Look at this, literally F2s, goes across the map. He knows his army is unbeatable right now. Look at this. No fear at all in Hero's movements. He saw a few lurkers, he saw a few hydras, he does not care. He has 15 observers. Nothing to fear here for Hero. He just moves forward. Serral once again trying his best. He's really hoping that Hero just goes home, you know, like he's hoping, okay, defend this, man, please defend this run by, like you have to go home. That's what Serral is thinking now, for sure. He does not want to fight this. I guarantee you guys, you do not want to fight this as Zerg. Hero once again, no fear. He knows his win condition right now is just keep doing this, shut down Serral's economy. And by the way, this is not even that risky for Hero to do, because worst case scenario, okay, he's sending everything here, bam, recall, and he's home. You know, like this is really not that scary, because I think Hero knows here that he cannot get surrounded anymore. This army is way too big and way too powerful to get surrounded. He's not gonna lose if he does get surrounded. He's gonna melt everything. So that's why he's not even like checking that much around the map. He has no vision. Like, look at Hero's vision. He just sees this completely dark. He has no fear. You know, like I don't care. Go on, surround me. He sees this. I would be very surprised if he recalls everything for this. Once again, Hero leaves his Tempest kind of behind. He learned his mistake though, and doesn't leave them fully behind. Gets a couple of kills there. Serral's Nidus is too close. Once again, one cannon kills the Nidus. Doesn't fully kill it before it spawns, but as you can see, leaves it like within 2 shots. So you don't really want to drop anything out of the Nidus either. Once again, if you're a Protoss player, this is really important. You just send the Tempest forward. They just get to shoot. You just make them shoot as much as you can, and then whatever gets close to you, you storm. That's it. That's how you play. Look at many High Templars. Hero has. That's 8. Yeah, crazy. Now at this point, Hero is just A-moving because he knows his army is just so good. Like Serral has a Viper, which can get pretty scary. There it is, Power Bomb in the middle is kind of what you want to have. The problem is, you need lurkers, you need Brood Lords against this. Like, you're not gonna win with lurkers, especially with 2 lurkers. You're just gonna get A-moved by the ground. Storms are gonna do way too much damage. You need Fangals, you need Brood Lords. That's not gonna happen. He's doing a lot of damage on the other side of the map, but the problem is this army. Like, how do you beat it, man? Like, there's no way. Serral goes for it, good concave with the Corruptors, does get a few things. He's just cooked though, like. Hero's army, too technical, too powerful, and that's it. So, just to recap, the reason why Serral lost this game is because Hero got in his main with the Tempest, not the Tempest, the Mothership and the other stuff. Just killed all of the queens, killed so many workers. He did a good run by at the 5th base, and the game was cooked for Serral. It was just too hard to come back. Hero had good tech, Hero had good movements, and the game was done and dusted. With Broodlords he would have won? No. Not in this situation. Like, the Zerg army doesn't really beat the Toss army until really late into the game. Like, really low worker count is good for Zerg. You have a lot of Broodlords, a lot of Infestors, a lot of Corruptors, and a lot of Vipers. That's good for Zerg. Before that, Toss army is still better. How to best defend the Mothership trick? More spores, and ideally you want to have some lurkers sieged up already. You do need a couple of Vipers to parabomb if you can. Usually the combo is Fangol, Broodlords go and zone the High Templars, then you parabomb and dive in with the Corruptors. Well, Hero, the thing about Hero is that he can look like the greatest pro player in the planet and the worst player, not the worst, but like a silver player in the same game, you know, player in the same game. It's just Hero things, you know, like there's no real explanation to it. Alright, Golden Wall. I'm gonna explain this to you guys, but it's kinda useless because the map is not anymore in the map pool, but this map is so weird. Like, I've played it a lot and I still don't know exactly how to play it. There's different ways where how you can approach this map. Some people like to expand here as their third base. Some people like to expand here. Usually when they expand here, they go for some sort of greedy stuff because the map is then longer. It's really weird. I don't know exactly how to approach it still. Not my problem. I'm not gonna have to play it again, I think, other than this tournament. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they approach it. I don't really remember this game. What am I playing in next? That's a good question. What's my next tournament? Okay, Serral going for the gold first. That used to be something we used to do as well. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but the Koreans were really big fans of it. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the Koreans have always been massive fans of gold bases, the Korean Zergs. Especially in the past, they would get any gold base no matter how far away it was. They were massive fans. Yeah, so the problem about taking this gold base here... The goat. The goat. Hello, buddy. So the problem about taking this gold base here is this. Dealing with the depths is so annoying, man. Then you get link speed, then it's fine. But still, it's so annoying. Serral gets the probe, he loses a lot of links. Not the best, not the worst. It's fine. But yeah, Hero going for the third base in the back. Full wall here in the front. Hero knows he's pretty much safe against everything. He's probably gonna play somewhat greedy here. What is bro cooking with this spore? That's just super annoying for Zerg to deal with. Okay, it's not that bad. Serral is somehow trading almost efficiently. He did lose 10 workers, which is not the greatest. It's somewhat okay because he has the gold base, so it's not the end of the world. You still don't want to lose those 10 workers. Here's going for some weird stuff. 7 gate, blink, delayed +1. Okay, lost all of his stalkers for fun. They just blink in. He has no blink now. Serral already has +1. I guess he wanted to go on the choke point. Okay, this game is cooked. Like, if I'm Serral, I'm so happy here. You get to spread creep again. His army count is reset. He made like 6 oracles this game. Not 6, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know how to check that. I don't know. Anyways, he made a lot of oracles. His army count is reset. You know his High Templar thingy is gonna be delayed because of the sheer amount of gas he invested into stalkers and oracles. You're just happy, man, as a Zerg player in this case. It's like, whenever you get to reset stalker count, you get so much Uh, so much freedom in the map that is just an amazing feeling. Now Serral is gonna try to utilize the gold advantage and go for some Hydra Bane timing. I think that's what it looks like with 1-1, 67 workers. Now I imagine if he didn't have the gold base, he would be aiming for a higher worker count. But with gold base and with how things are going, I think 67 is not bad. Hero keeps on adding oracles as well, which is terrible against Hydra Bane, because you're investing so many resources into oracles that are gonna be eventually useless because of the Hydra count. I don't know. He just keeps adding in more and more, and I hate it for Hero. Love it for Serral. I think this game is already done and dusted, I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, nice, you have oracles. Lost one more, you know, like, they're not gonna do anything because of the Hydras. These links are cooking this side is getting also cooked. Like, yeah, oracles are getting some value here on these links, but Hero just keeps on bleeding out stalkers. He's really gonna struggle to all this. I think he has to give up the 4th base, but I don't know. He just doesn't have enough stuff, guys. Like, he lost a lot. He lost a lot of oracles. He lost a lot of adepts. The game turning point, obviously, is when he lost the stalkers here. That was GG. In a pro game, very high level, like Serral and Hero, a move like that means GG most of the time. You cannot recover from that stuff. Yeah, man. I can't fox her. I'll tell you in DMs, but yeah, there's something else going on. Game is cooked. Alright, GG's. So the score is 2-2 now, right? Yeah, 2-2. Is this a good patch for Zerg? I think it's not bad, yeah. I'll have to test it a bit more. Oh man, what the hell, I closed the thing? New storm? Yeah, hopefully they will fix it. Microbial is disgusting? I'm not sure actually, I've tested it a bit. It doesn't seem that great, but we'll see. Okay, Pylon. Score is currently 2-2. Pylon is a Zerg map, due to it really being short and quite open to aggressive stuff. As I said, that's kind of the meta. Zerg taking control, going for aggressive stuff. Really, really short. Some Protoss players don't mind it because they like to be aggressive with their Adepts and Oracles, and that's why they pick it. Someone like Hero is perhaps prone to pick a map like Pylon. He likes short maps as well, he doesn't mind them. He's always very aggressive with Stalkers and the Adepts and the Oracles and everything. So he doesn't mind it for sure. Standard stuff, Gate Scout coming from Hero. I remember in the qualifier for this, Serral 12 pulled him, so that's why Hero is scouting probably. He's just a bit afraid. Same old, Stalker first. So, actually the reason why you open Stalker first is this map is very peculiar, as in there's no pillar. You can see there's absolutely 0 pillars. This is not safe, it will die. Is it? I don't remember anymore. No, I think it gets shot. The only safe spot is this or this. Here behind. That's the safe spots. You have no pillar, but if you do go here, then you have no vision on the gate and what they're producing. So a lot of Protoss players, they will open Stalker first to try and get a snipe on the Overlord. or try to be annoying at least. Hero's going for 2 stalkers because he's hero and he's trying to be cool, or he just likes it. Loses 1 stalker for the overlord. Not really ideal if you're hero. I've seen better trades in my life, but maybe he likes it. Maybe in hero's head he's like, yeah, I sniped an overlord, it's all good. Gets 3 drones. 3 drones is not bad. He loses a lot of HP on the thing though, on the Oracle. Can get pretty scary. That means that Oracle most likely will just stay home. Shades in. Okay. Interesting. It's time to get a better mic. I apologize, my better mic is in Korea. Yeah, Serral defends the depths. They get some workers, some links. It's not the end of the world. This is pretty stock standard ZVP. Like, TOS will always try and be aggressive with the depths, with the oracles and stuff. Just their defense, and then looks for a window to attack. That's TLDR of ZVP usually. Like, you see stalkers, they come in, they're annoying, blah blah blah. We kill this, we kill that. Mamma mia. Stays in the main. Absolute classic. Now, this is a lot of stalkers. A lot. Way more than people usually make. And there's no storm on the way. So this is kind of different hero. Just being a hero, like, you can really see the difference in playstyle between these two. Even obviously they're playing different races and they're gonna do different things. But Serral, he's always gonna make a roach warren. He's always gonna play it safe, like no matter what. Like he's Serral, you know. He likes to just be standard. He loves them roaches, and hero is the chaotic, good old hero, you know. Like, yeah, he loves making stalkers. He loves getting chaos out in the map, you know. Like if he has to delay storm for another round of stalkers, he will. Meanwhile, like someone like Classic will make 6 stalkers, sit back, do nothing, get his 4th base up, get the storms, get his perfect setup, and then go into late game, you know? It's ZVP still, but it can look very, very different depending who you play against. Serral going for the tunneling claws, very good. I like it as well sometimes. Just sometimes, because if they see it coming, it's gonna get really underwhelming. This is alright for hero, actually. He didn't lose that much. The roaches are gonna get outscaled by the rest of the army. The nice thing is that hero hasn't started storm yet. If hero did have storm on the way, this could get somewhat scary. Now Serral is getting the opportunity to drone up. The opportunity that since hero is sitting back and defending and getting scared of the tunneling claws, he's just saying, okay, I'm gonna drone up, getting my lurker then up, getting my hive on the way. And if he does get to lurkers from this position, this is insanely good for Serral. Why? Because he delayed the 4th base so much, so TOS is stuck on 6 gases instead of 8, which is massive for the tech of the TOS. Like TOS players, they really want those 8 gases to get everything going. Hero is still on 6, and then the other reason is, if it gets to lurkers, it's really good for Serral, is that he forced out so many stalkers. We're currently at 32 stalkers. Stalkers are cheeks, man, complete cheeks against lurkers, so it's very nice if you do manage to get the lurkers. So I'm sure what's on Hero's mind now is, I have to kill him before he gets to lurkers, and I'm sure what's on Serral's mind here is, I really need these lurkers ASAP. This is what's going on in this game, in my opinion, in their heads. You can see here Hero is adding gates. I really doubt he's gonna get a fleet beacon going. I think he's gonna mass more units, he's gonna try to get damage done, and Serral with this move, you know what he's doing? It's not like, okay, in his mind it's not like, I wanna kill him. No, he's trying to get time. You see, he spread his units, he split them in 2, he's trying to get some trades, he's trying to keep him on this side of the map, because he knows if Hero makes another round of stalkers, he gets a prism going, he gets a couple more High Templars, before Serral gets those lurkers out, it can get really scary, you know? So it's a good thing, he's putting fear into Hero. He also knows Hero is blind. He doesn't know there's a hive on the way. He only sees this, you know, he saw tunneling claws, he doesn't know about the worker count, he doesn't know about anything. He just knows that Serral is on his side of the map now. He's like, okay, I'm getting all in, you know, so alarm bells are ringing, he's just massing units, he's not planning to move out now, just because there's stuff on his side of the map, you know. But Serral, this is all a fake, you know. He just wants to trade some units. He really is getting as much time as possible to get those lurkers out. Got a couple of High Templars, got them Oracles. He's getting a snipe on the 4th base. Very well done by Serral. As you can see, Hero overcommitted on this side of the map. This is not a lot of stuff, but obviously Hero doesn't know. He's not getting all it. So he sends everything here, loses the 4th base. He's gonna lose the gas in the main. Not a big deal, but whatever. And Serral loses this army. Now this is a bit sketch, because Serral doesn't have any lurkers out yet, and this is quite a bit of stalkers. The saving grace is that there's no prism out in the map, there's still roaches in the 3rd base, and there's not a lot of storms here. There's 3 storms. 3 storms is good, just not enough in my opinion. Like, this is a complete all-in by Hero. He's currently on 40 workers, so he has to make it work here. Personally, I don't think he will, but we can take a look. Serral bringing all of his queens, the inject queens as well. As you can see, they're not here anymore. Just brought everything to the front, pulling them workers as well. He knows, I defend this, I have lurkers, I cannot lose anymore. Kill too many probes on the other side. Even 1 lurker spawning is pretty good. To be honest, this is quite close, like, it's closer than I expected. I think Serral did eat a couple of those storms straight to the face, and could have microed it a bit better, but yeah, I don't know. We can keep watching if you guys want. I think this game is absolutely cooked. Hero is on 34 workers. He has no tech whatsoever. He's gonna try one last Hail Mary. That 1 lurker is already putting in the work. There's no storms. He's blinking with the stalkers, a bunch of hydras. Serral knows, okay, I just need a couple of lurkers to defend, and then we're good to go. This game is cooked. I don't want to watch any longer. Obviously Serral wins this, guys. He's on 57 workers against 31. This is a very important match for the players, so some people will stay in, maybe they will think about the next game, maybe they will want to tilt the opponent, whatever. Any motive they have to stay in, it's allowed because it's a big tournament, and if Serral wins this, which he will, it's gonna be 3-2 for Serral, and that can be really stressful for Hero. But yeah, this game is cooked, so I'm just gonna leave it. Obviously Serral wins this one. What's next? What's next? Sandworm. Sandworm. Sandworm? How do you pronounce this? Sandworm. Wyvern? Is Protoss still OP against Terran? I don't know. You would need to ask a Terran. Why is it not opening? Gabe thinks so. Well, I think Storm is really good. I think they will have to turn it down a notch. But also Gabe is really good at putting on a show for his viewers, for his beloved viewers. He does it for the show, man. Alright. I don't know how to pronounce this map name. Do you guys know? Sandworm? Sandworm? I don't know. Anyways, this is a map that's not currently in the pool, so same as Golden Wall, we don't get to play this match, this map that much, but it's a pretty stock standard map, honestly, like nothing crazy going on. Obviously the gold minerals, good to take. I think it's a 50-50 map. I don't have any strong opinions on it. Can be good or bad depending on the game, like I think it's a completely fine map for both sides. And that's why it's not picked early, or you know, like no one I think really has a problem with it, but also no strong preference on this map. It's one of those maps, you know, it's like a what's a really stock standard map, like not thinking anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Blackpink. Yeah. Same old, you know, adapt into Stalker, into Oracle. Not much to say about the early game. Actually, there is something to say about the early game. This is something Serral has suggested a couple of times to me, and we think it's good. He said it's good, I believe him. It's just to make a bunch of links to try and deny the toss third base. Sometimes, you don't do this every game, because it can get repetitive. Now, this didn't work out for Serral, because he made a bunch of links, and Hero's like, no, I don't need a third base, and he just doesn't care about the third base, so he gets to go in. Would have been nice if he scouted the main, but I think Serral knows what's up already. He knows, because third base, so insanely late, double gas in the second base, Stalker second, these are all alarm bells for Tempest. Most likely Serral knows this is gonna be Tempest, so I think what he did is, I think once he sent those links here, he started mining gas instant, as soon as he saw no third base. Let's see if I'm correct or not. No third base, he checks this. Checks this, no third base, bam, instant.
Enemy assaulting drones.
But yeah, he doesn't even need to look. He went in the main, so he scouted it, so he knows what's up. The problem about this is your lair is gonna be really late, because when you go for a link pressure like that, obviously you delay your droning. And as Zerg, you kind of want to have 16 on each mineral base, like 16 here and 16 here, and then you want to kind of want to add on gas. That's the thought process of Zerg. Obviously, if you make links, a lot of links, you're gonna delay your 16 workers here in the second base. So your gas is also gonna come out later. And not having fast lair against fast Tempest is really sketch, because you will see here everything just outranges, Tempest just outranges everything Zerg has up until Corruptors. So there's not much Serral can do. He's just gonna have to take as little damage as possible, expand here, perhaps transfer everything, give up the main. He's doing a good job damaging the Tempest. He's hopefully replacing his spawning pool. Not yet, so that's a bit of a mistake from Serral's part. Should have realized a bit sooner that the spawning pool was gonna die. Don't think there's one coming up still, so definitely not the greatest position for Serral. But I mean, Serral is kind of cooked here. Let's be honest. He lost 21 workers. Hero's getting his third base. He still has 3 Tempests alive. It all comes down from the link pressure. If Serral did not go for the link pressure, his lair would have been much quicker, and he would have had faster Corruptors. He would not have taken as much damage as he did. So since he went for that link pressure, later gas, later lair, more damage from the toss, cooked. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to lose a game of StarCraft, you know? Now, he's cooked, but not completely cooked. It's still like somewhat playable, I think. It's definitely not an enjoyable position, but he still has a decent worker count. He has a lot of queens, he has some roaches, he has corruptors. Getting the Nexus out is really good. This Nexus is gonna die, the corruptors do so much damage. Obviously he loses a couple, but completely worth in my opinion. Now, I do remember this game, I'm gonna be honest. Now I do remember it. I think Serral's problem this game is that he overmade units without teching. It's easy to say by watching it, but if he did make tech faster, like Infestation Pit or whatever faster, he would have been, I don't want to say fine, but somewhat fine in my opinion. But Since the infestation pit is not coming down and the bailey nest is not coming down, stuff is not coming down, it's really hard for him to hold anything now. Serral is playing scared because he's afraid of Stalker timing, Stalker Tempest. He thinks maybe that's what Hero is doing, so he's just playing it safe. Infestation Pit is way too late. He's just kinda cooked now. If he did go for that faster Infestation Pit, I think he would have been, as I said, somewhat fine. Because you can get Vipers out for the Colossus, you can get Vipers out for the Disruptors. Obviously, Serral doesn't know that Hero is going double Robo Bay, but having a Hive, a fast Hive anyways, is always almost good. You can get Adrenal, worst case scenario, you can get Lurker upgrades, you can get a lot of stuff. Like Hive is so core in ZVP, or just in general for Zerg. Like it's such a power spike for Zerg, it's insane. Serral getting some damage on the 4th base, that's good, but as I said guys, like his army is just complete cheeks. He has 13 Corruptors, 13 Roaches, Ravagers, Disruptors, I guess Disruptors, like this is not the army that wins. Okay, we kill the Tempest, we kill the Void Race, but good luck killing the stuff on the ground, you know. I remember watching this live and thinking, oh my god, these splits are really, really good. And he did split very, very well against the Disruptors, as I remember, like, very good job, but just nothing, not enough stuff. So, it all comes down to that one Ling pressure Serral did, Hero jumping on it well. That's it. All it takes, guys, all it takes. Sometimes, you see your favorite pro player, he's playing a tournament, he loses a map to someone he shouldn't lose to, or maybe he just loses a map you didn't expect him to lose this map. This is all it takes. Don't flame them, don't tell them they're washed, don't tell them they play too much League of Legends. Sometimes this is all it takes. Hero takes it. It's I think it's 3-3, right? I think it's 3-3. It is 3-3, okay. Last map is Tokamak. Reynor coping? What? I explained to you why Serral lost, why didn't I coping? Yeah, true. Kind of crazy to think that Hero got to 4-3 or like 3-3 with considering that one game. It's kind of nuts actually. The incorporeal game, like that's actually crazy. Alright, Tokamak. Very, very standard map. People love it. Most people love it, I think. It's, I would say, favored for toss once again. Just purely because of the meta. So hard to attack into, Protoss likes late game. Rocks, choke point, 4 bases, easy to defend, happy Protoss. That's pretty much it. Same thing. Serral doesn't mind it. I don't mind it. Just purely because I don't mind going towards the later stages. I kinda mind, but not as much as other Zerg players. Serral doesn't mind it. He's the one that actually doesn't mind it. You know, like, I pretend to not mind it, but then I kind of mind it going to late game. But there's definitely more other Zergs that mind it more than me, honestly, out there. Alright. Let's see how they play it out. Hero going for the hatch block once again. We'll see the... My prediction is first chrono, no second chrono. No second chrono, there it is. 3 and 3 split, a Serral classic. Now it's a Reynor classic as well, because I implemented in my gameplay. It's a Basilisk classic, we can say that. Serral gets the adept, pretty good. Just the usual, guys. Honestly, we've seen this a million times. Oracle, adept, stalker, you know, I think we've all seen it a million times. Second gate on the way, third oracle on the way. We're used to this, you know, like, let's see if there is anything changing over here. Once again, Serral. 440? Not even, earlier. 430 on the dot. On the dot. No, it would have been a little faster, but this drone is a traitor, so... On the dot. 430. Damn. Slam dunk. Roach Warren. Safest option out there. You cannot go wrong with this. Legit. This is 3-3 at this point. This is game 7. As Kevin would say, all the marbles or whatever. He started speaking about marbles. Serral is adding some links just to be safe against the adepts. There it is. Sees the adepts. Shouldn't get any damage done here. Defending well against the oracles. Never mind. Okay, nice. He's keeping roaches against the stalker pressure. A day late and $1 short. That's a Roti classic. My army is better than your army. Anyways, he's keeping the roaches. Good, good, good. I'm a fan. He sees the stalker pressure. He says, you know what? Roaches are ass. I've realized this after 7 games and being behind against the stalker pressure. We can go straight to Hydras, which is a Reynor classic. It's a 2025 what Zergs do. They just keep roaches against. You get the roach warren, and if it's not anything, if it's stalkers, you don't get roaches. You go straight to Hydras. You go straight to other stuff, you know? Mass links is better than roaches. Trust me, guys. Do not go roaches against stalker pressures. You're not Serral. Serral also realized, you know what? I'm not built for this anymore. And he's going for Hydras as well. This is really good. He's not struggling against the stalkers. He's not losing roaches. He's actually killing them. You know, he's trading somewhat well. He's putting on pressure against the toss. Hero's 4th base is somewhat delayed. Once again, Hero, big fan of the stalkers. Like, he makes so many. The difference when you watch Hero play and you watch Classic play is absolutely nuts. Classic, this minute, 4th base done. Double gas on the way. Cannons, 3 cannons here, 2 batteries here. 3 cannons here, 2 batteries here. 6 stalkers. Fleet beacon, second target already on the way. That's how Classic plays. Cannon battery, cannon battery. Hero, more gates, more stalkers, more action, more stuff. Now, okay, this warping, this specific warping. If Serral scouted it, now we see it, so we have all the info out there. If Serral scouted it, I guarantee you he would make maybe a couple of spines, he would start making so many units, he would stop making workers. Because this means there's no second target and fleet beacon. This is too much investment in gas for stalkers for it to be anything else than timing. You know, like this has to be a timing coming from Hero. Just because of this warp in here. Like this is okay, you know, like alright, he made stalkers to pressure, this and that, whatever, you know, mamma mia, all of that. But this stalker, warping, timing, 100%. No question about it. +1 armor, that's a Hero classic. Give it to me, there it is. That's what Hero loves doing when he goes for timings like this. He just gets the +1 armor behind it. I do not know why. I think it's cheeks. I'm happy whenever he does it. I've seen better stuff out there. But yeah, Hero just keeps warping in more stuff. And he's going for a timing here. As I said, I personally think this is really not that great. Like, lurkers are already out. I don't even think you necessarily need lurkers out. But obviously once lurkers come out, this is just complete free win for the Zerg. Queen's coming at the front again. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but whenever Serral gets pushed, all of his queens, all of them, the inject queens, they get together and they go to the front. Every single time. The Zerg Queens are so powerful and tanky for this kind of all-in. Like, especially against Stalkers, you know, they have to invest so many shots into killing the Queens and then get the transfuses, and then you have a free win like this. This game is done and dusted. We can keep watching a bit, but Hero lost everything. His stack is so insanely late. He decided to go for 1-1 instead of +2, so his upgrades are cheeks. He lost every single High Templar. No Tempest on the way. His Stalker count is reset. He's with 15 Zealots out in the map and 3 Oracles. Against Lurkers, double upgrades, almost done. Like, Hero is completely cooked. We can keep watching a bit if you want, but there's honestly nothing you can do at this point. Serral kills the base, goes to the 4th, almost loses to Mass Zealot. Okay, he has to go back. He just killed so much though. Like, he's still, like, you can see Hero is on 110 supply and it's mostly Zealots, couple of Tempest, couple of High Templars. This game is done. Serral defended perfectly against the push, pounced on it, saw that there was a chance to just kill everything and move across the map. Beautifully executed. Lost 3 workers in the entire game. Honestly, really, really good. Not much else to say about this game. But yeah, I think we can stop watching here. If you guys want, we can finish the game. Just nothing is gonna happen. Most likely Hero is gonna move out. Serral is gonna try to deny it, get a run by going, and then Hero just doesn't have enough units to split it. That's usually how you close games like this. There it is, run by, not enough units, defend back at home, GG. How is that so close? What the hell? It's not that close. Alright. GG's. There it is. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna call it here. This might be a new format that's gonna get introduced to the BASILISK YouTube channel. They've asked me if I wanted to start a series like this where I just go over some games, explain why certain things happened and why certain player won and stuff like that. So please let us know if you want to see more of this. Let us know if you liked it, and just give some feedback in general if you have any feedback at all, like if I should go slower, if I should anything, just let us know.